Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues. And today we're going to talk about divorces and the court's jurisdiction and ability to sell property. You know, every single divorce has an agenda. And part of the agenda or the things to be accomplished in a divorce is the division of marital assets. It would be great if the parties could determine what that division would be and sort of separate everything else themselves, and in a lot of cases they do. You know, in the Tri-County area, statistically, 97% of divorce cases never go to trial. They're settled by means other than a trial. So only 3 out of 100 just can't work it out and the judge has to make the call. That means that most people are figuring out what to do with their property with the help of their attorneys, sometimes with the help of the court, sometimes with the help of mediators, but they're working it out. The question, though, becomes, can a court order that your house be sold? And the answer is yes, the court can order whatever it wants to order, but, you know, and if you don't like it, you can take appeal, but you have to understand the mechanism of this. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that we're looking at a 50-50 proposition, a 50-50 division of the marital assets. So let's say we have a house. The house is worth $500,000. There's a $100,000 mortgage on it, so that asset is worth $400,000. So what does that mean? $200,000 to mom, $200,000 to dad. How do we do it? Well, there are different ways. One party who's staying in the house perhaps could refinance it, take out some equity, give it to the other person, and you know, that's how that person gets paid off their share. That's one possibility. Another possibility is we don't touch the house at all. The other person gets a larger asset from a different house. Another item gets all the 401k money. Or a third possibility is they don't get any of that, but the person keeping the house pays all the debts, and maybe the amount of debt is equal to the amount of that equitable share. So those are possibilities. But if none of those work, you have to understand the court's basically in the liquidation business. If you leave it to the hands of the court will order the property sold and split. And what does that mean? That means intrinsically it means that the court is going to order that house sold. And how are they going to do it? The court will sometimes, if it needs to, it'll order a receiver to seize the property and sell it and split the money, but that is called an extraordinary remedy. The court is usually not going to do that. Before it gets to that point, the court will just enter an order that says by such and such date, the party shall agree on a realtor and enlist the realtor's assistance in selling that house. It'll be put at a commercially reasonable price, and you know, standard procedures will apply to sell the house. But if you're wondering, well, what if I choose not to sell it? Can the court order me to do so? The answer is yes. The court can order the marital property sold in order to satisfy the interests of the parties. Now, a lot of times judgments will say that the house shall be sold and split. It'll be done in the ordinary course of business. If the properties do not do it within a certain amount of time, then the court can intervene. And a lot of times we're filing motions for people who have an order that says they're supposed to get their share of the marital home, and the other side didn't sell it. The other side put it up you know, with a realtor, but doesn't allow any open houses, doesn't allow the realtor to come in and bring people, you know, so there's interference there. Why would they do that? Simple. They want to stay in the house longer so they don't have the expense of relocation. So when the court gets a sense of that, the court can order it sold, and the court can take steps to make sure that the settlement agreement that the parties reached is fulfilled by the parties. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.